Hey folks, Tom Norfleet with www.citizenshipquickly.com. Wanted to talk to you today. We're going to have a several part series, approximately 3-part series on forming an offshore corporation to lower your taxes. Let's get started. At least about 18 countries, including Nike, Microsoft, and Apple, are stashing profits in offshore tax havens, likely in a bid to avoid paying taxes. According to a new report from the Citizens for Tax Justice, a left-leaning research group, if the companies brought that money home, they would pay in combined more than about 92 billion US dollars in taxes, the report found. Looks like the greedy high-tax governments around the world are desperately trying to get the companies to bring their money back. An easier solution, though, would be to eliminate the individual and corporate tax rates and just have a national sales tax and make those taxes so low it wouldn't be worth it for someone to set up an offshore corporation to drastically lower their taxes. These large U.S. international companies use offshore corporations to set up their taxes as low as possible because it's legal, and anyone can do this as long as the correct reporting requirements are filed to the correct revenue authorities. You don't have to be a huge company or making tons of money to exercise these tax strategies. You need someone to coach you that's been doing this for years that can steer you in the right direction on how to do this correctly. I was that guy at one time paying 45% of my income in state, federal, and Social Security taxes in the great old USA. I decided to learn these tax strategies that I've gotten my taxes as close to zero because of this. I decided before I relinquished my U.S. citizenship many years ago, there was no one to teach me this, so I just decided to learn it myself, and I made a lot of mistakes by trying to do it that way. If there's someone like myself that I could have consulted with that had a lot of experience in doing this, it would have saved me a lot of time, money, and hassle. If you're making at least 150,000 US dollars a year or equal in another currency, it will always be cheaper to actually pay for advice to get this thing done, to lower your taxes down, than to and radically, change your whole tax program, than to continue paying ridiculously high taxes every single year, because this is something you're doing every single year. The fee to get this done and learn the system is a one-time thing. There is a different strategy for each person, depending on what you want to do and where you want to do it and how you want to start your business. So everybody's different on that. Your strategy will depend on how you want to market your product and service, what languages you speak. Do you want to do your business in a local market or in an international market? And is the type of business that you're in highly regulated, or will you have to get additional licenses like a real estate license, insurance license, or securities license? Some countries require that the owner of the company and also its employees of that company to be a citizen of that country in order to work in certain industries. Just the cost and hassle of moving and then finding out the country you picked to live in won't work out because of regulations by the government of this new country you chose that you didn't see or foresee ahead of time can really knock your business down to nothing. This is why you need to do a lot of checking before you actually jump in and do this. The businesses that have less regulatory issues tied in them are usually easier to work your business. If you cannot fulfill these regulations or requirements or not willing to do so, then you costed yourself a lot of time and money that could literally set you back a year or two. Starting out, I would definitely outsource your help on a contractual basis. This will keep your overhead costs way down. The advantage to this is you pay for only work that's needed. If an employee does not work out with your company you have contracted with, you can just get the contractor to replace that person. Plus, if your business slows down, you don't have to go through the agony of laying off people. I see companies all the time that hire people that are not managed well, that waste tons of time for the employer, and that money could have been invested in equities or real estate, compounding their money. How's an offshore company going to help you? Well, if you've ever been sued or ever gone through a divorce, you know the importance of having your money protected from creditors. Having money outside the country you're living in under an offshore company can protect you from greedy lawyers or someone that knows you have money and they want some of it. How's an offshore company going to save you on taxes? If you have an internet type business, or you do international type business, consulting, selling, or you manage a hedge fund, or you trade currencies or equities, you can do these types of businesses and many more from almost any country in the world. Why not do this type of business from a country that you don't have to pay any tax at all? These type of businesses should be done with an offshore corporation from a country that's either a pure tax haven or at least has a territorial tax system. A territorial tax system is one which taxes your company only on income you derive inside the country where your company is domiciled, whether you reside there or not, and not any income made outside that country. And the country where you reside should also not tax income you made outside that country as well. You can also have your money in a country, your business in another country, where you reside in another country, and then where you make your charges or invoices in another country, and your citizenship in another country. You can see our concept on the flag theory on our website that explains more on this. Once you move your business and yourself overseas, you will see that your filing of your paperwork will drop, and it will let you concentrate more on your actual business. What's the best offshore company to set up? A Hong Kong limited company might be the right type company to set up, since it only taxes income inside Hong Kong at 16.5%. But since Hong Kong has a territorial tax system, it taxes income outside Hong Kong at 0%. If your Hong Kong limited company does business with Hong Kong residents or Hong Kong companies, your Hong Kong company will incur a corporate tax on that business only. A Hong Kong company would have to be audited each year, and that cost usually ranges from anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 US, depending on the amount of transactions that you're actually doing. An unincorporated company set up in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis does not have to be audited each year, but there is a small tax of 4% of gross assets coming in, or gross profits coming in, after a monthly exemption credit the government gives every quarter, and this is income made outside or inside St. Kitts or Nevis. But the Federation won't tax income at all as far as equities or bank interest. If you got any questions or comments, if you'll shoot us a question or comment that you got. Also, if you want to subscribe to future videos, if you will hit the subscribe button to the right of your screen, and we'll get the new videos out to you as soon as they come in. Hope you enjoy this video, and I'll talk to you on the next one. And look forward to talking to you on our other series dealing with offshore corporations. Thank you.